after he went up and got the Ten Commandments for God, after it was all done, he came down and was among the people. He had to cover his face. Why? Prior to that, he was, yes, on the mountain. He was in God's presence the whole time. So why, when he came down, did he have to cover his face? Do you remember that incident in the Old Testament?
He was shining.
It was shining, and it scared the people. So there's this whole thing about being in the presence of God, and that we know that John tells us God is love, so the illuminating love of God, the life-giving love of God that has illuminated the world in which we live, when in its presence will bring light to a dark world, light to a dark room. And what he's saying is that Mother Teresa was so in such intimate relationship with God that she could light up a room. And she did. She made him happy. She made people happy. She was a blessing to be around. And so he's saying in this instance, and he will go on to record this as a miracle, that in this instance, when they were filming, that it was Mother Teresa's love for these people that illuminated the room. Okay, let's continue. One thing everyone who has seen the film seems to be agreed about is that the light in the home for the dying is quite exceptionally lovely. This is, from every point of view, highly appropriate. Dying derelicts from the street might normally be supposed to be somewhat repellent, giving off stenches, emitting strange groans. Actually, if the home for the dying were piled high with flowers and resounding with musical chants, as it may well have been in its collie days, it could not be more restful and serene. So, and I underlined this entire passage, the light conveys perfectly what the place is really like, an outward and visible luminosity manifesting God's inward and invisible, omnipresent love. This is precisely what miracles are for, to reveal the inner reality of God's outward creation. I am personally persuaded that Ken recorded the first authentic photographic miracle. So do you know the word luminosity?
Luminate.
Two of you started to talk. Okay, what were you going to say, Emily?
I didn't say anything.
I said
That was Amber.
it comes from to illuminate to it.
Yes. Okay. How about the word omnipresent?
Always there.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. It so delighted me, page 45, it so delighted me that I fear I talked and wrote about it to the point of tedium. Do you know that word? Tedium?
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes of irritation. Miracles are unpopular today to the scientifically minded because they seem to conflict with so-called scientific miracles, like bumping television programs across the world by satellite or going to the moon. To the ostensibly religious-minded because they remind them of miraculous claims made in the past and now discredited, which they wish to forget. Ostensibly. I'd be surprised. Okay. On this passage, what he's saying here is that the conflict is that science sees what it does as miracles. And the church has miracles in the past that prove, or that they claim, the Catholic Church especially, that prove not to be miracles at all. Okay? Fabrications. That's what he's saying. So, once, out at Hatch End, you read it, where Father Agnelus Andrew, I wonder if that's Father Andrew of the book blood smuggler. Because he did a lot of smuggling Bibles into the Eastern Bloc countries of Europe. So this could well be who he's talking about. Has his estimable, you know what that word is? Estimable? Yes, okay.
Able to be estimated.
Right, set up for instructing Roman Catholic priests and prelates, that's probably not a word you know, in the techniques of radio and television. Peter Schaefer and I showed our Mother Teresa film to a gathering of ecclesiastical brass. Do you know ecclesiastical? Okay.
So the ones that we were able to tell you the definition of, you didn't put on there, right?
Yes, I did not. Afterwards, I spoke about the miracle of the light in the home for the dying. It troubled them, I could see. They did not want to hear about it. One or two hazarded an opinion that, no doubt, the result was due to some accidental adjustment in the camera or quality in the stock. Of course, you're going to explain it away. They were happy when we moved on to other topics. In Graham Greene's brilliant satirical play, The Potting Shed, he explores the theme of a free-thinking family in which a miracle occurs, and of the lengths they go in covering up all trace of the miraculous occurrence. I haven't read it, so if you feel so inclined, grab it. He can scarcely have expected to live to see the converse situation. Roman Catholics as assiduously covering up, or at any rate ignoring, a miraculous occurrence in Mother Teresa's home for the dying. I record the matter here in the hope that in years to come, Christian believers may be glad to know that in a dark time, the light that shone about the heads of dying derelicts brought in from the streets of Calcutta by Mother Teresa's Sisters of the Missionaries of Charity somehow got itself recorded on film.
Do you want us to look up assiduously or not?
Assiduously. Yes, if you don't know it. I just ran right over it, I'm sorry.
You didn't want us to define that one about the book binding, did you?
About the what?
The
Disciple one.
Yeah.
We didn't.
No, he just
No,
said if
okay.
you can read it.
Oh, the potting shed?
no. Before. It's okay.
Where's assiduous? Oh, I see it. All right. It's getting noisy over there, so I don't want to compete with that. Well, we made it to Tuesday. It's only Wednesday.
Sweet.
Okay, we are at page 46. So let's turn in your vocab from 22 now through 45. Do that tomorrow, and then we're done for the week.
23 through what?
45.
45. We just started on 46. We should be able to finish it. Looks like it. All right, any questions? What do you think? Miracle or not? Huh? That's a pretty good one. I mean, he took the same film, same camera, almost identical setting, at another place, rather in another place, in the Middle East. And so India is further east, in the Middle East, and did not get the same result at all. Ended up with a black film, all negative. So, begs the question, what really happened? Is it possible that one human being could give off enough light, enough light emanate from their love, God's love rather, in them for dying people? Can that really happen? And I'm just asking the question. I'm not suggesting it did or it didn't. for you to decide. But this, so in the Catholic Church, in order to be canonized as a saint, there has to have been a miracle performed in the person's life. I don't know what miracle they used. I don't know if they used this or not. I would have to research that. But Malcolm Muggeridge thinks it was a miracle. And the book's still around 50 years later. After this event. This event was in 1968, right? Spring of 68, yeah. Interesting. So it'll be 50 years next year.
Are we good? It's time.
Yeah, we're good.